Okay, similar triangles. It's just going to be triangles. It's done the same exact way as the last one we did when you're trying to find missing measures. In this triangle, they say triangle GST, which is the big triangle, is similar, remember the one little squiggly line means similar, to GNP. So, now since they're similar, that means corresponding angles are equal. So this angle would equal that one, this one would equal that one, and this one is the same angle, so they're equal. And corresponding sides are proportional. So this piece corresponds to this whole piece, this corresponds to the whole piece, and this corresponds to that piece. So the thing that gets people is this whole piece deal. We'll show you examples of that. So to write the statement of proportionality, that's what I just did right there. GN is proportional to GS. It's a lot easier if you get different colors, you know, like this to see because it stands out better. So that would equal GP to GT, which would equal NP to ST. So that's the statement of proportionality. You're not going to have to write all that out on your assignments or anything. You just need to understand they're going to give you this information and you're going to have to understand that that's what it means. All right? So, to find the measure of angle GNP, what would that angle measure right there?
The same, 38.
38, the same as that one. Now to find GP, this would be our X. So this side, X, corresponds to the whole side, 20. So that would equal, I really only have one choice, what to what? 15 to 24. So since I went this side to the big side, you got to go this side to the big side. Follow the same pattern. So it's a simple one. You just cross multiply and divide. And you get 12.5. So that piece would be 12.5. So again, it's just setting up proportions. Now, triangles have a shortcut to tell whether they're similar or not. In yesterday's assignment, you had to know that all the angles, corresponding angles were congruent, and you had to know all the corresponding sides were proportional. If it's a triangle, all you need to know is this, angle, angle. If you know that two angles are congruent to the other two, then that automatically makes them proportional. All right? So it's just a shortcut. So in this picture, we know that these are proportional because this angle is equal, and what else is equal? Vertical angles. So angle, angle makes these two similar. So there we just prove, it says, use properties of similar triangles to explain why they are similar. They're similar because of angle, angle. So in this picture, it's using triangles again. To comply with the Americans with Disabilities Act, wheelchair ramps, so here's a ramp that they made, must have a height to length ratio of 1 to 12, which means if the height is 1 foot, the length has to be 12 feet. 2 feet would be 24 feet, and so on. So here they've got the height to the bottom of the door is 2.5 feet. So that's 2.5 feet. We're going to use a proportion to estimate what the length is. So what we got to do is use the ratio given to you. The height to length has to be 1 to 12. So remember again, this is height to length. So the top number is the height, and this is the length. The one number they gave us is this, 2.5 feet. is that gonna go under the height or the length?
Height.
Height. So you put it there. So you just, to find the length, you just take it times 12, divide by 1, which is 30. So, this picture, there's a lot more stuff going on here. But again, remember what these little arrows mean?
They're parallel.
Parallel. So, since they're parallel, I would know that this angle equals that angle because they're corresponding angles. So that means this triangle right here is similar to this triangle right there, because these are both 90 and these two are equal. So, to find the scale factor is the same as the ratio of sides. Now right here, this tells you what order you got to put them in. We got to take something off of DFM, which is this one, and put it over something on this one. So you can pick any number you want. Which number do you want to pick on here? 15? So what does 15 correspond to? 9. That's all you got to do to find the ratio of sides or the scale factor. Now, if you do need to simplify, you can just divide them both by 3 and you get 5/3. They're the same answer though. Scale factors, you don't always have to simplify. Okay? So I could have did this 15 to this 9, or I could have did 12. I couldn't have did 12 because I don't know that, right? So, here we've got a picture. This building is 90. You're standing 15 meters away from building A and 50 from here. We want to find that height. So all you got to do is write a proportion. X, you got a choice. I could put the height to the height or the height to this. It doesn't matter. If I go X to 50, I would have to go what to what? 90 to 15. So it's just 90 times 50 divided by 15. 300 meters. So in this picture, we want to find the length of KN right there. So there's your X. So all you got to do is use the numbers in there and write a proportion following the same pattern. X corresponds to what? 14. So since I went this to this, I could do what to what? 12 to 16. So you just cross multiply and divide. 10.5. So, it's the same kind of stuff as yesterday. It's just now with triangles, if two angles are congruent to two others, then they're similar.